Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 5.
A group of UND students held a zero-tolerance rally in light of 2 racially charged photos, and more than 100 people took part this afternoon. Good evening, and thank you for joining us. Valley News Team's Ashley Bishop spoke with students who say they want to see a long-term change on campus.
Young and old gathered outside the administration building at UND. The group said the 2 recent pictures show just a small part of the racism that happens on campus.
I was met with countless exchanges of people calling me the N-word, and I was told that I need to go back to my own country, but I'm from here. I'm from Seattle, actually.
Multiple other students shared their encounters, including the girl who says she was targeted in the first Snapchat incident. She has moved from her dorm and says she couldn't believe it happened. The group is calling for zero tolerance for racial issues. The UND Black Student Association president says students of color have fears.
The biggest one is that there's a lack of transparency within the institution.
My concern is that they are going to take what they've heard and not act on it.
UND President Mark Kennedy was there. We asked him about implementing a zero-tolerance policy.
I think by what you've seen here, we're not tolerating the behavior that's going on, and we're stating out against that. We'll look at the policy. I've appointed a committee to look at the policies.
The group behind me say that they hope by gathering today and sharing their experiences of racism that the UND administration will begin to take action even more quickly in the future. In Grand Forks, Ashley Bishop, Valley News Live.
After the rally, Black student leaders met with UND's president to talk about the changes they're hoping to see on campus. We're still in that quiet weather pattern and hoping it continues through the weekend for tailgating. But first things first. Robert, what's it looking like for tonight?
Tonight looks pretty nice. We will have to deal with some breezy conditions. Those winds around 10 to 20 miles per hour with an occasional stronger gust, but some milder weather has made its way on through. Temperatures right now from the low 60s into the low 70s, including 71 here in the Fargo-Moorhead area, matched a 71 up in Grand Forks. I mentioned the winds out there, and we've got some breezy conditions, and again, gusting at times over 20 miles per hour. And we'll see those winds continuing as we head through much of the night. Cloud cover-wise, we are dealing with some clouds, but all in all, we're going to see more sun than clouds over the next couple of hours and some partly cloudy skies overnight tonight. Underneath those clouds, some showers out there, and 1 or 2 of those may clip the Devil's Lake region, but for the most of us, we'll stay dry. Here in Fargo, we'll stay dry. Temperatures around the mid-60s by the 7 o'clock hour, low 60s by 8, and into the upper 50s by 9. And once again, northern lights possible across the region, so get on out there and take a gander off towards the north. We'll have to battle a little bit of cloudiness, but all in all, not too bad.
Not all football games will be rained out.
No, it may have a few sprinkles up north. I think everybody, for the most part, will be fine.
That's what we need to know. Thanks so much, Robert. The Bemidji Police Department would like your help in finding this stolen vehicle. Here's a closer look. Police are looking for a tan 1999 Peterbilt semi with Minnesota plates PAM 2067. If you have seen this semi or know where it might be, you're asked to call the Bemidji Police Department. Their number is right there on your screen. A Valley City man is in jail after police say he threatened a city commissioner. Robert Drake is being held in the Barnes County Jail on a terrorizing charge. Police say he went to issue a complaint about Commissioner Rick Ross. The city administrator suggested Drake and Ross talk to try and clear up the problems. The 2 talked on the phone, and police say Drake made repeated threats to physically hurt Commissioner Ross. Drake is the same man who issued complaints against 6 Valley City officials back in January. In 2013, he proposed starting an armed citizen patrol, and last year he started a petition to disband the Valley City Police Department. Police are asking you to be on the lookout for this week's Valley's Most Wanted. 25-year-old Joseph Pay is wanted for felony theft of property. There's a picture of him on your screen right now. Contact Fargo Police or your local law enforcement if you have any information on Pay. Meanwhile, 2 people wanted on felony charges, recently featured on Valley's Most Wanted, are back behind bars. Reyna Perez is in custody in the Cass County Jail, and Maxwell Bauer is in custody in Traverse County, Minnesota. With these 2 recent arrests, the Valley's Most Wanted program has helped track down 537 criminals. We now know the name of a North Dakota man who died after a crash south of Castleton. It happened just after 7 p.m. last night on Highway 18. The North Dakota Highway Patrol says 61-year-old Erland Waitland from Leonard, North Dakota, was driving south on Highway 18 when he drifted into the ditch and hit the approach to the road. Erland was pronounced dead at a Fargo hospital. House Republicans are sounding the alarm over a looming health care cost crisis. MNsure rates will rise up to 67% as the Minnesota Department of Commerce approved enrollment caps limiting Minnesotans' access to federal financial assistance. Today's rate increases are up to 17% and 49% in the past 2 years. And over 75% of people who buy health insurance on their own do not receive any financial assistance from MNsure. We'll have much more on this developing story tonight on Valley News Live at 9 and 10 at 10. 3 people are confirmed dead after a shooting inside a South Minneapolis apartment building this morning. Officers were dispatched to the building around 7 o'clock on a shots fired call. When they arrived, they found 3 people dead inside a second-floor apartment and a 4th person suffering from injuries. The victims are described as an adult male and 2 children. One child is male, the other a female. An adult female survivor was taken to a hospital. Investigators say they're not looking for suspects in the triple homicide, and the public is not in danger. We're learning more tonight about the deadly commuter train accident in Hoboken, New Jersey. Investigators have found the train's black box and are now looking for other data to help them understand what may have caused the crash. Jay Gray has the latest.
As investigators cautiously search for evidence and information, crews work to secure and stabilize Hoboken Station.
We are currently making sure that the scene is as safe as possible.
A day after New Jersey Transit train 1614 slammed into and hurtled over the bumpers at the end of the tracks, collapsing the roof and compromising the integrity of the 107-year-old building.
It's an explosion of concrete dust, electrical wires.
National Transportation Safety Board agents have been able to recover the train's black box event recorder.
We hope to get information such as speed and braking.
There were 2 cameras mounted on the outside of the train. Investigators hope that and other video could provide important clues in the crash.
Agents also hope to learn more from the train's engineer. 48-year-old Tommy Gallagher has already talked with police, and senior officials briefed on the investigation tell NBC News they found no red flags in his past, no infractions, no medical issues, and no criminal history as they try to figure out how and why it happened. The collision injured more than 100 in and outside of the train. 34-year-old Fabiola Bitar de Crone was standing on the platform when she was killed by falling debris. The Hoboken mom had just dropped off her toddler at this daycare center just a couple of blocks away.
We pray for her family and for her loved ones.
As the investigation continues, the NTSB expects to be at the crash site for a week to 10 days. Jay Gray, NBC News, Hoboken, New Jersey.
And stick with Valley News Live and valleynewslive.com for more details on this developing story. As you may already know, tomorrow is Bison Homecoming, and there are some road closures you should also know about. Tonight is the annual parade in downtown Fargo. Here's a live look at fans already gearing up to cheer on the Bison. The parade starts at 5:30. Broadway will be closed from Main to NP Avenue, and NP Avenue will also be closed from 5th to Robert Street during the parade. There are several spots open for free public parking around the downtown area. Those are the areas in green. For a closer look at that parade route and where to park, head to valleynewslive.com and click on the Hot button. And the parade kicks off a weekend of activities. This morning, we caught up with the NDSU cheer team and got a look at one of the floats for tonight's parade. Tomorrow morning at 7:30, there's a 5K run walk to support student scholarships. The course runs through the campus. Students say they love seeing their school pride not only on campus, but in the community as well. And of course, all the excitement leads up to the homecoming game. Join us this weekend on the Farmers Union Insurance Bison Football pregame show. Coverage begins tomorrow at noon on KVLY, with kickoff to follow at 1 from the Fargo Dome. NDSU and Illinois State face off for the first time since the 2014 National Championship game. Saturday's NBC coverage of the Ryder Cup will not be seen so that we can bring you the NDSU Bison football game. Now, KVLY offered to carry the Ryder Cup on one of our alternate channels. However, NBC refused. Saturday's coverage of the Ryder Cup can be seen on NBCSports.com. Sunday's coverage of the Ryder Cup will continue as scheduled. It's been a busy bye week for Carson Wentz. The former NDSU star and current Philadelphia Eagles quarterback is back in the Valley for his off week from the NFL. He bagged an 8-point buck while bow hunting in North Dakota, and this morning he shot a commercial in downtown Fargo. Part of Broadway was blocked off, but we were able to get a peek at what Wentz was up to. We even caught him signing a jersey for someone on his way to get ready. The commercial is for Real Truck, a company based in Jamestown. A large beauty school is closing all of its campuses in Minnesota. Regency Beauty Institute announced the closing of all 79 locations. The school posted on its website that it was permanently closing all of its campuses immediately and without warning. They cited lack of funds and declining enrollment as the reasons for the closures. Students were allowed to collect or return their personal items. The school posted that it encourages students to seek out other educational opportunities at similar accredited cosmetology schools. As of last year, the school had 430 Minnesota students at locations in Blaine, Burnsville, Duluth, Maplewood, and St. Cloud. As you're gathering gear for hunting season, keep in mind these tripod stools are being recalled. We'll tell you what you should do if you own one. Still to come.
We've got some partly cloudy skies out there, and we'll continue to see that as we head through much of the weekend. Some quiet conditions as we head through your Saturday and Sunday. Not so quiet as we head through much of next week. Your forecast details, including a look at that 7-day forecast, next.